What's going on, everybody? It was an interesting day today. What's going on? What's up? Yeah, we have some red today. 820 billion wiped out from the US stock market today and 120 billion wiped out from the crypto market.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Oh man, I love it. Yeah, but I took some profits at the top of this channel yesterday. This right here, Bitcoin went up and hit resistance, and then now it's going back down. I can buy back in at least a little bit. I've been buying a little bit back in. Bought back into some Pepe. I was looking into it and I was like, yeah, right, Kaspa. yeah, Kaspa's like awesome, man. So the idea is like, Bitcoin going to come down through here and then break up, and or if it's just going to go straight back down? We don't know. There are certain, usually when you're in an ascending channel like this, you drop back down. But there are factors that make you uncertain about what's going to happen, right? Come to learn that in crypto, you just don't know because anything could happen. But with Kaspa has defied all logic and broke out through this resistance right here. Well, this is a descending channel, to be fair. So it's the opposite. So it was more likely that Kaspa was going to take off, and it did. Man. So yeah, it's we need some better. Don't you know? Yeah, we got some Kaspa, right? I've been playing this Pump It Up song for a while on my streams, and for the first time when I played a last live stream, I got I don't know what you call it. It's not a warning, but it's one of those things where I have to share. They said if you want to monetize this video, you have to share revenue with the owner of that song. I was like, oh, I thought it was just. I never got a copyright warning on that, but. Anyways, it means that I can't monetize this. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So Kaspa is going to be one of the biggest winners of this bull run, I think. Kaspa and Tau. Definitely Kaspa and Tau. And I'm going to love every minute of it. Yeah. I am going to love every minute of it. Yeah, but Bitcoin, yeah. Bitcoin and the market Bitcoin respected resistance, and it went through 8 days of green candles, of green daily candles, which I found out, I didn't even realize it, but I found out it was the first time we've had 8 consecutive days of green candles since December of 2020. I was like, wow, it didn't even happen in 2021. I didn't know that, but hey. But anyways, yeah, we're going back down. Now, the idea is that in an ascendant channel like this, it's typically you go down, but we don't know. We don't know. We could, next week we can see an end to the war, and then the market starts rallying and goes up. I don't know if it's going to go that far up. Like this is like 90K right here, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But for now, we're going down, and we're probably going to get support on this channel, I would imagine. Then I'll buy back in some more. I bought back into Pepe today, just because I sold 13% higher using my glorious swing trading software in the Crypto Rich Trade Assistant, where I have 2 records, 2 consecutive. So this is example videos of my community of using my swing trading software. So it keeps track of when you sell, how much you sell, and even if you have multiple sell orders, it averages it out, and it lets you know when it's a good time to buy back in. So I'm like, damn, I sold 13% higher on Pepe, and it's a big cap. It's like 1.2 billion. I'm like, that's pretty damn good. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna buy back in. I'm not gonna get too greedy, right? Not good to be greedy. So I bought back in. So I was like, that's pretty damn good. But I'm going to show this a little bit more. I'm going to show my swing trading software. Consecutive records, or, you know, 2 entries where I have sold, and I get an average of my sell price. So, yeah, because about a week or 2 ago, I said something in my sell alerts channel, and one of my members that DMs me every once in a while, he sent me a DM, and he's like he didn't know that I had this. And I was like, damn, I don't talk about it enough. So I was like, yeah, you can just log into my website, log into the Crypto Rich .vip website, use the authentication from WAP, and you can use this swing trading software. So one of the many benefits of my community. So, but yeah, yeah, and I'm like, I was looking at, I was like, I damn near doubled my supply of Pepe just from swing trading it. It's crazy. So that's going to be amazing. When we do get our cycle top 2027 and 2028 or whatever it's going to be, and Pepe does like a 30 or 40x, you know, I'll probably end up with like $400,000 worth of Pepe instead of 200,000. You know, it's like that's what you do. You swing trade at the bottom, keep building the size of your bag. You can double the size of your bag. That's great. Some cases with the lower caps, you can probably like 5x the size of your bag, just because of the dramatic swings, right? If it goes up to like 20 million and then you buy back in, when the market cap is like 2 million, you know, it's just like dramatic. So yeah, it's insane. So click that link in the description below. This is the website. And but anyways, let's get on with the live stream. So this guy, this guy, I feel like I gotta add some more buttons on my stream deck. I feel like this guy's like old gangster. Like I figure something like Dr. Dre and like Dre Day in the beginning. He's like, yeah, hell yeah. This guy, man, he's a thorn in our side, man. But yeah. Speaking of that, I do have to do with the Kaspa one. It'd be nice to push a button and be like, "LL Cool J, don't call it a comeback." Man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna start thinking about some more buttons on my stream deck. But this guy, not a cool guy. And yeah, I mean, it's there's this suggestion right now that we're not going to get any interest rates at all this year, or even just one. It's just like crazy what's being talked about right now. I don't know, man. I think we need a good old-fashioned crash, something like COVID. But as long as nobody gets hurt and stuff, right? We don't want a nuclear bomb going off anywhere, or you know, stuff like that. But it'll be like if we get a nice crash like with COVID, it's just crashing right down through the 200-week moving average, and then we'll reset, and then interest rates will drop to 0, and it'll be an amazing time. Because right now it's like a slow crawl. I've been saying that for like a year now. I've been saying a cycle top is probably in the end of 2027, but with this slow crawl that's happening now, I'm like, my God, you know, they're probably going to be delayed. So exactly. But yeah, we need I guess we need a real crypto winter. What am I on Kaspa right now? So when it comes up, where's my SMA? Let's do the 200 week moving average. I was giving this some thought. I've been talking about this a couple times in my recent live streams. It's really weird because, you know, like a month ago or so, everybody was telling me that I was wrong about the 4-year cycle zombies and so on and so on. But I was like, I came out and I was like, I was defending myself, and I was saying, and I brought up history and I brought up records of me saying that we're going to have a crypto winter for a quarter or two starting in January. of 2026. And I was saying that since like the summertime of last year. So I was like, I was right. But then I was like, well, am I? Because the crypto winter is really getting to the 200-week moving average or below it, right? And the way you count, if you get to it, officially, if you get to it, if it closes on the week, if the candle closes on the week at or below it. Now, we didn't get anywhere near the 200-week moving average. Everybody's like, yeah, we got down to 59K, and the 200-week moving average was at 58. So it was there, but that's just a wick. That's just a wick. It happened on a Thursday, right? That if you go to the dailies, this candle right here. So it was a Thursday, and then it closed. So it'll be like Thursday night, Eastern time. And then it just kept on going down and quickly recovered and closed all the way up at 71K the next day. So then that was a Friday. So you really got to close the week in order to make something official on a Sunday, right? So Sunday night, it closes out the whole week. It's before the new week starts. It's before the markets open and so on, traditional markets. You got to close your week in order to consider yourself there. Like when we went down below the 50-week moving average in November, we closed 1 week, and then we wanted to be sure because there were many, many times over these last 4 years. I don't remember how many times, but I do remember it happened during tariff season of last year, probably like a year ago, like in March or something. We closed below the 50-week moving average once, and we went back up, and we didn't close again. So then it was like, okay, so we're not in the bear market. But this time around in November, we closed below the 50-week moving average twice in a row. I was like, oh, it's official. We're in a bear market. So then the 4-year cycle zombies start selling, and we just couldn't get it back above it. It just for the life, you just couldn't do it. But it's official. You close 2 weeks in a row to be official in a bear market. Now, if you want to take that same type of logic, we'd have to close 2 weeks in a row, or at least even 1 week or 2 weeks in a row at the 200-week moving average, and to say we're in an official crypto winter. So what I'm getting at here is, okay, we didn't even come close, not even once. So there's two things that I'm getting at. It could be either or. It could be that the bottom is still ahead of us. April or June or whatever. A lot of people are saying October, which is crazy. If a lot of people think October is the bottom, October is going to be green. That's just the way it's going to work out, because everybody's going to sell September because they think October is going to be where the bottom is. But it could just mean that the bottom is still ahead of us. So we are going to get down to the 200-week moving average in the future, and it's going to happen. It'll be like this. We're going to be in this channel, and then boom, and we get down. That could be the case. Or it could just mean that we're not in a crypto winter. Like we could be in a crypto winter right now. We just don't know it yet, and we know it once we get to a close below the 200-week moving average, or at least 2 weeks in a row. Right, with COVID, we went down and we closed a week far below the 200-week moving average. But just 1 week, because it recovered above the next week. So it wasn't an official 2 weeks with COVID. So, but like I'm saying, the second option, the first option is the bottom is still ahead of us, it's still in the future. It could be in a couple of weeks from now, it could be a couple of months or whatever. Or the second, that's the first option. The second option is that this is just not a crypto winter, and we're never going to get that low, and it could just be that we're just going up from here. And that could all depend on what happens out there in the world. What happens? I mean, I totally I totally think if there's an announcement that the war is over in a few weeks, we're breaking out of this channel right here. So to the upside rather than to the downside. We're going to defy the average is like 70-80% when you're in an ascending channel. You typically you break out and go down, but we could go up. And there are reasons behind that, which, one of them is that this is the first time ever that we go into a bear market just as QE starts. This is like this has never happened before. So like this time is different. So it's like that. So we'll see. I think Bitcoin has been so strong, even when the war started, just because, just because everybody who wanted to sell has already sold. So, am I hearing what happened? That's strange. At some point, did I start sharing I stopped sharing my screen? Sharing myself? Anyways, I mean, you guys heard what I said. That's fine. What's going on? So, Ken Kaspa. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would think so. I mean, if Kaspa can go to $3, and you've got 450,000. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's strange, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is yeah. I don't know at which point I stopped sharing my screen or some. So if I do, yeah, this is a shortcut on my number pad right here. I must have pushed the number 2 button for some strange reason. I don't know how, but yeah, like I'm saying, if the bottom is ahead of us, then I mean we could see a considerable drop. Now with Kaspa, we've just broken out of this channel. Go back to the daily. It looks better in the daily. And now if we 2 months out, let's say April. I mean, I don't know right now. This is let's go to the 15-minute or something. 30-minute. Yeah, I don't know at this point with Kaspa's going all the way up here. We'd have to have, I think we'd have to have something like really like catastrophic in order for us to go down to a cent now. So yeah, I kind of doubt that down to a cent. If we just didn't if we just didn't do this right down and we were like, oh, maybe it's possible, because then it would be like, down here. So testing this level of support right here in this giant descending channel that's been going on for like over a couple of years, right? So then we could have gone down, maybe gone down like to 2 cents, like below 2 cents into the 1.8 cents level, but I don't know right at this point. At this point, I think what's going to happen right now is just we're probably going to go up at some point. Well, in terms of Bitcoin, it's probably going to go up. So if Bitcoin goes up and breaks out of this channel right here, maybe goes up to like 86 or something like that, or even 82, or somewhere above, then that's going to cause Kaspa to probably go up to 5 or 6 cents and stuff. But so we may never see a 1 cent Kaspa unless there's a black swan event, something crazy happens, and everything's going back down, and we're going to go to that 200-week moving average. So who knows, man? This is crypto. Who knows? All the things like the things you just don't consider, right? Because I remember back in like, September, August, September, I was saying, this, we're going to get a nice run up end of year. Bitcoin is going to go to 150K. November, December. And it's going to be like a little disappointing because that's not a cycle top if it's just 150K, right? And, and then people are going to dump and they're going to create a crypto winter in January. Now, the things that when I was saying that the things that I didn't consider was like, number one, we had the flash crash on October 10th that caused a lot of people to get sort of like, disgruntled and lose their enthusiasm. So that created some resistance on Bitcoin's price from there. So then it was like, okay, the top was in 126K. And then it was like, we had the largest government shutdown in history that was sucking liquidity out of the market. And then Big Daddy Powell came out, a good old gangster. We had for many, many months priced in the idea that we're getting 3 rate cuts at the end of the year. And then in like October 29th or whenever it was, he came out and he said that he implied that we weren't going to get a rate cut in December. So, and it was like, those 3 things added together just was like, I wasn't expecting it, and it was like, it's like nobody did. Nobody really expected it. If I knew all that, right? Government shutdown, Big Daddy Powell, plus the flash crash of October 10th, I would have been like crazy bearish, right? But then it was like, oh, it is what it is. Like I was like, now November is going to be a really, really red month. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen, right? Right now we could be expecting things to go down, and then things are just going to start flying. And that's usually what happens. It catches the majority of people off guard. It catches everybody off guard because everybody expected, especially the 4-year cycle zombies, right? Even me, I'm not a 4-year cycle zombie. I don't believe in a 4-year cycle, but I expected a nice run up at the end of the year last year. Everybody really expected it, and it didn't happen. Now everybody expects to be a very, very long bear market, a long crypto winter. And a lot of people are going to be surprised. A lot of people were like, I'm going to hold my ground and I'm just going to buy back in October because that's when the bottom is going to be. I'm going to turn off, I'm going to unsubscribe from all these crypto YouTubers. I'm going to check out of the market. And I sold, and I'm going to buy back in October because then I'm going to be rich. Then we start logging into their Coinbase account again, like in the end of September. They're going to realize that, they're going to be waiting for the bottom in October. And then it's not going to happen. So this is what happens. It catches everybody off guard. It just like does the opposite of what the majority of people think. So who knows what's going to happen at this point? Who knows? But yeah, ZBCN. I think it's like a very good play. It's one of my favorites. What do you think about yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorites, right? On my favorites list. I was showing, I don't have that spreadsheet open right now, but yeah, I mean, it's for payments, the payment sector, definitely. Yeah, I don't have too much of it, but I think if you want to diversify into different narratives and you want payments, then yeah, ZBCN is one of them. Probably one of the best, actually. And I have like another one, like Kita. I would probably recommend, even though this is not financial advice. God damn it! Never financial advice on this. Damn, I punched the goddamn balls. But yeah, I mean, ZBCN, Kita, yeah. What else we got going on? So Trueflation today. This is a post from Trueflation. The FOMC concluded this March 17th, 18th meeting by maintaining a target range for the federal funds rate unchanged at 3.5% to 3.75%. Key elements from the statement. Economic activity continues to expand at a solid pace. Yeah. Job gains have been low with unemployment rate changed a little bit. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, this is weird. It's like a sort of like a contradiction, right? The economy is strong, but there haven't been any job gains. It's like no new jobs are created. It's sort of like Jerome Powell said, it's like it equals out, and it's like it's flat, like as if no new jobs are created. Now, there are a lot of layoffs happening, and a lot of people are blaming it on AI, but the number of new hires is sort of like replacing those layoffs, just making it flat and even. It is scary because if the layoffs just suddenly start outpacing the hires, then we got a big problem. But we'll see. Yeah, inflation remains somewhat elevated. Uncertainty about the economic outlook is elevated, particularly due to developments in the Middle East.
Well, duh.
The committee remains attentive to risks on both sides of its dual mandate, maximum employment and 2% inflation over the long run. The decision passed with most members in favor. Only Stephen Moran voted to lower the target rate by 25 basis points. So just one guy. Yeah, I mean, I check all these economic readings every single day, and it didn't look pretty the last couple of days. So the ADP and employment change, this is weekly. Usually it's been coming out pretty good every single week. It's been creeping up. So the last week it was 14.75K, and then now it is worse than prior, right? Actual is 9K. So we went down again. I was thinking, okay, we're going up, right? Because we started to see over the last 5 weeks or so some good employment numbers, always coming out better than expected, but that wasn't good. Yeah, pending home sales month over month, a lot of things. The big thing today that was really bad was PPI. Every single PPI reading was very bad. So PPI is Producer Price Index, just how much it costs a producer to produce their goods, which of course is an advanced indicator of CPI because it gets passed down to the consumer. So core PPI month over month, worse than expected. You see all the red. Year over year, worse than expected. PPI in general, this number right here, this number is larger than prior. Not good. Same here. These readings right here, this right here is worse than prior. This is worse than prior. PPI month over month, year over year, both worse than expected. So expected was supposed to be year over year is expected is supposed to be equal to prior. Now it's far worse than prior. So it was pretty bad. I mean, it's and the problem here is if inflation starts happening, then there's not going to be any interest rate cuts. Now, the other thing is that we have expense from the war. It's going to cause money printing, but I don't know. We don't want that. I don't know. I think it's going to be like a slow grind if the war drags on. I hope not. I just want to get down to business. I want to see economic expansion. I want to see it fast. Supposedly we're in it. A lot of economists say that we're like, in terms of like the .com explosion, it was like we're like in the mid 90s right now. Like 1996 or something like that. So 1996, 1990. Yeah, we're in it. So there's going to be ups and downs in between, but general upward trend. So I just want to get going. Let's get going, man. We need those all-time highs. We need to trickle down into crypto, into Bitcoin, and then trickle down into the alts. Then we could do some 1000Xs in those meme coins. So yeah, man. But we'll see. I'll be curious to see how ISM PMI comes out, beginning of April. But this is good news. This is SEC declares most crypto assets are not securities, including staking, airdrops, mining. This is very good news. This is like, yeah. So, this is stuff that couldn't happen in the previous administration. So, pretty damn good. Yeah, more things that have happened. Pippin don't be ripping no more. So Pippin has been my 85Xer. It did an 85X. You know, I called this thing way back during the first pump and just like swing traded it sideways, you know, while I was going sideways here for the entire year last year using my glorious swing trading software that I just spoke about. So,
I mean, you know, what the calculation does, it takes my price, both prices of both sell orders and the amount that I sold.
Exactly. That's why you got to click the link in the description below. But yeah, when it comes to Pippin was an insane anomaly where their X profile just went dead in October. Not in October, in August. In August, just went totally dead. Right? They went totally dead. And I was like, yeah, I'm still holding. I'm going to swing trade it. You know, memes could just pump in a top. So I'm like, yeah, why not? But then it just started. Then it was like in October. It just started getting tons and tons of centralized exchanges. Like now it's up to like 50. So, I mean, if you look at Pippin, man, and it's like, it started doing that. It started pumping in the bear. You see this right here? It started doing this in the end of November. And then it's like before you know it, it's at an 850 million market cap where I called it at 10 million. So that's an 85X. But Pippin don't be ripping no more. Basically, I don't know if you can call it a rug right now because it still has a really decent market cap, right? I mean, it still has a decent market cap. It has a lot of centralized exchanges. But I mean, I took profits. I rotated it out into other tokens. I rotated it out. Now, I did buy back into it just like, I don't know, like a week ago because it was maintaining a good level of support at about 350 million, a market cap of 350 million for a while. So I bought back into it a little bit. I don't have too much of it anymore. Most of my profits are just rotated out into House Coin, Uranus, and all these other ones. So when House Coin starts pumping, I'll be able to buy me another house. So Pippin helped me out with that, and but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens at this point. I'm not going to give up on it. I didn't give up on it back in August, and look where it went. You know, look where it went. I didn't give up on it back in August, and look where it went. So still got me a small bag of it, and we'll see what happens. But Pippin was like forever ripping, man. It was just awesome. Another one. So Kaspa was like defying the market today. Another one I just couldn't get into. I don't know if I should. I just like it's been so strong. I just wanted to buy into it just to get into it. But so, you know, another one is to sort of like define the market. The hyper liquid. But yeah, it is what it is. By the way, you guys, click that like button. Click that goddamn like button, you know.
Speaking of being friendly, did you know that the most friendly... Speaking of being friendly, did you know that the most friendliest thing that you can do today is to give that like button a pound? Seriously, I'm looking for some new friends, and if you want to be my friend, just hit that like button. I'm like the friendliest guy on the planet. Trust me. And by the way, if you don't like this video, give me a thumbs down so I can track you down and beat you senseless.
Come on, you guys, click that like button. So, other than that, yeah, Netflix has developed an 8-episode series, The Altruist, of all things, about Sam Bankman-Fried and Carolyn Ellison. Starring Julia Garner. Yeah, you know, like I got my own documentaries of Sam Bankman-Fried, like as wacky as ever. You know, some of those highly edited videos, like, so this series of 3, if you want to check them out, about Sam Bankman-Fried. Don't be watching no boring Netflix show, man. Just watch these. So the truth about FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, and then very disturbing convo, my 10-minute convo with Sam Bankman-Fried. So, yeah, in case you guys want to taste that, let's just click into it, man. Let's just watch like 30 seconds of it. Hold on, let's see what we got going on.
Those brief moments. So I sat down with Sam Bankman-Fried in my studio for a conversation, and the meeting was, shall we say, brief. But in those brief moments, it was a bit unhinged. But before I show you those clips, keep in mind that this is a continuation from my previous video in this series, where I discussed what led him to where he is today. Continuing with his backstory, as Bankman-Fried's
you can see, if you guys are not used to any of my older videos, like I used to do a lot of like highly edited videos, like not just like turn on a live stream and just talking, but yeah, just crazy stuff.
Grew, he believed in effective altruism, which he described as trying to figure out what positive things you can do in your life so you can have as much positive impact as you can on the world. However,
you see, that's the altruism. So they apparently Netflix is going to call the series The Altruist.
Fried had a warped sense of effective altruism, as we will soon see.
You're a funny guy, Sally. I like you. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
His commitment to effective altruism was just a data-driven approach to philanthropy, which is favored by tech billionaires. And just like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, Sam had signed a giving pledge to give away 99% of his fortune. But little did he know that soon he would have nothing to give. Sam appeared to be a trustworthy and resourceful businessman. He chose to drive an average Toyota instead of a more expensive car. And yet, he owned a $30 million mansion in the Bahamas where he lived with his team members who were also his friends. I put a quote around friends because it gets a little juicy. Well,
hell yeah. I wonder if in this Netflix series, if they're going to get into all that polyamorous stuff with him and his friends. I don't know if you guys say, yeah, check out my video if you want.
Bahamas where he lived with.
Anyways, yeah, check out my 3 videos if you wanna scoop on Sam Bankman-Fried and see the wacky editing. Some people can't take it. I don't know. I think what did I do here? Here it is. Yeah, so here. It's in my epic videos playlist. So you got these 3 right here. So if you want to check out these videos, want to be entertained for a little while. I think if you have like a weak heart, then you probably can't handle the rapid editing. Some people complain about it. I'm like, well, go to another channel, man. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, I was like, I just wanted to go over the top with some of these, especially the Sam Bankman-Fried video. So like this one, police burst in with my interview with Sam Bankman-Fried. I hope.
I went down to the Bahamas with Code Monkey Mike, and we set up a nice studio. Then we got into a nice discussion with Sam.
It constantly flips. So this is the comic book part. You know, then it would be like 30 seconds later, it's like zoom, it goes into something else, and so on. But yeah, anyways, it is what it is. Can't wait to see that thing though. This guy again. This is the same pic I showed before of this guy, but it says Powell says he would serve as Fed chair pro tem if no successor is confirmed by the end of his term. Dude.
Bruh.
So it's Kevin Warsh, right? It's supposed to be the successor, but I don't think there's confirmation of it, right? So he was saying in his press conference today that if it's not confirmed, that he would continue to be Fed chair. And I'm like, you're like, get out of here, man.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, we need him out of there. But yeah, it's that. So then, yeah, this is it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah. I think that's all I got today, right? I don't think I have any other tabs open. Yeah, I had this swing trading software.
And it averages out, so it says my
like
average
I said,
sell price.
available only to my members, only available to members of the Crypto Rich community. Join if you want to be crypto rich. click on that join button. You can be a VIP or a premium member. Premium members can contact me whenever the hell they want via DMs. But you get all the same benefits if you want to be a VIP member. Click the link, and then you're gonna chill with us on some yachts. One day, man, we're gonna have like a giant yacht. We're gonna be chilling, especially if Kaspa does that 100x type of thing, right? That is gonna be awesome. I think there's gonna be a lot of, especially in my community, there's gonna be a lot of 100x's. I mean, look how easy we just did that 85x on Pippin, right? Because in my community, we specialize in making software to find those tokens, right? We don't just randomly find a token like somebody. You know, you see other groups out there bragging about a 20x. I'm like, yeah, I mean, right? We did a 10x in 10 days on Avantis, right? And there's some other groups out there that are like bragging about that. Like, I did a 10. I mean, they probably called it the same day that I did, but it's only a 10x. Like, it's like we do so much more than a 10x in my community. So I don't know what they talking about, bragging about a 10x. 10x is like an everyday occurrence, man. Look at this: 550x, 148, 127, 194x. So this was a rally in September. This was September. This was the one in May. This is September. Well, this is obviously Pippin. And I don't know why it says 75x. This should be 85, but I don't know. I think my system is calculating this. It's not. This is like dynamically populated. But anyways, this 60x. We did this in 3 days. This thing exploded. This meme is dead right now, but this was May. Imagine doing like I cashed out at a 50x. Imagine doing a 50x in 3 days, right? This is September. This is May. This is September. This was like it started in the rally in May, Pythia, but I think it just kept on going until like August or something, in July. Pythia kept on going. PYAI, I think that was the initial call. That was initially came out. I think that was like February, January, something like that last year. Anyways, guys, you know the deal. No crypto community out there is better than this. And I stand my ground. I was offering like $1,000 reward to find me a community that has a better track record than this and has all the software that I have and so on. Nobody stepped up to the plate. Oh my God, man. Easy $1,000. Anyways, guys, I am out. And make sure you subscribe, man.
Code Monkey, Code Monkey.